Hello, everyone, and welcome to my new series of Stranded Alien Dawn on hard mode. So I'm gonna set a new game here, and I'm gonna run through on hard for you. And I'm gonna pick Laura. That's my favorite place. So it's Laura's name, but with a lowercase l. It's a really good seed. And let's get this started. So I'm gonna pick. Let's see here. I'm gonna pick Emmeline for her cooking. Krista for her research, Quinn because he can travel in his balloon fast, which is handy, and I'm going to pick Nova. Since Nova is not prone to any meltdowns, this should be helpful. Alright, let's get started. I'm going to fly in. I'm going to skip. Okay, so let's give this game a pause for a second here. Well, they do a few things. One, I'm going to take them off their raw food. And let's get you off, because I don't need sick passengers. They are useless. Okay, so my next thing I'm doing is my activities. So let's go to advanced priorities. Let's click 1, 2, and let's see here. So if you're interested in what I'm doing on this, I have a video for activities and scheduling. It will explain to you in greater detail. Some of these how-tos might be a bit boring. Doing them to be informative. Please check them out in my how-to section. But let's get moving here. And we got Emmeline. Let's see, I'm going to give you a 2 for cooking. Give you a 3 for harvest, a 3 for plant. Krista, where are you? Let's give you a 2. And let's see what we got here. I'll give you a 3. And a 3. There we go. I do wish there was a better way of putting these in. Let's see, let's give you a 3. Let's give you a 3. 4. Oh, this is such a pain in the ass, these activity things. Alright, Quinn, I'm gonna give you a 3 on cut. 2 on harvest, and you are my crafter as well. Let's see, what am I missing here? Gonna give you all 4s on mine. This is one of the longest things to do when you start these games, is getting your activities and your scheduling up. It's if you want to get it done right, it's a bit of a pain in the ass. And I'm going to give you a 2. Put you 5 on hunt for now. Oh, I keep skipping it. That's not cool. And give Nova 4 on that. And let's see if I'm missing anything here. So scavenging. Probably 3s. I'll give you the 3 on that. Okay. So this should be sufficient to start with. I think that looks alright. And schedule. Let's give you some sleep. Let's give you 2, 6. 6 or 7. Seems good. And some relax time. Okay, so that seems good. Alright. So I'm going to look at this area and see where I am going to build. Okay, first thing I need, I'm going to need some branches. I'm going to need some trees. I'm going to need, Krista's crying, so that's just not very handy. Let's see, I'm going to need and scavenge. And I'm gonna need to figure out where to place my camp. Okay, so as far as my settlers are, let's see. So what I don't want to do is I don't want to take up my fertile land for where I will be planting, so let's see what we're gonna do here. Build you that way. Give a copy, and I guess it should be alright, like that. Okay. And let's give you some beds. Don't need anyone crying that they're sleeping on grass, even though I don't think this looks much different, so, but we'll see what happens. Okay. Alright, let's take a look here. I think that should be good. And let's kick this into a faster gear, because slow is too slow for me. And everyone should be doing what they're doing. Okay. Now, let's just hope I don't pull too many odd things out of here and I can actually get some scrap, because I'm going to need it, because starting on hard gives you almost squat, so it's not very helpful. And I do like to build my buildings out of the metal other than the straw, because I'd have to research other things and I don't really have time for that. Alright, perfect. Krista is off her meltdown, which is very handy for me, because I'm going to send her up here for some cotton. Cotton is very big if my survivors wish to have clothing. I have done a game where when I started, and crafting was before the update, and it was a bit of a pain in the ass to craft, and I literally had them go the entire winter just in their bras and underwear. They survived. I had antibiotics, so it was okay, and whenever they got hypothermia coming on, I would just send them inside the house. But yeah, I mean, technically you can have them survive an entire winter, as I did, with just bras and underwear, so don't worry too much about the clothing. I mean, it's handy. I mean, you don't want them running around in the snow with bare feet, but, you know, they aren't real, so therefore they seem to withstand it. So let's see what we got going on here. So I just got Emmeline right here researching some pumpkins. I am going to want to maybe plant them, I'm not sure. But in order for me to harvest them, I'm going to need to research them, so I need her to do that so I can get some food cooking. It's very important to have that. So let's see what we're getting up here. So I'm going to need a campfire in here. But I'm just going to freeze. That should be good enough. I kind of built that a little too close, but that's okay. And it's not going to stay too long anyway, so I'm not worried about it. These are just temporary digs for these guys until I get some kind of a house set up for them eventually. I do have a how-to video on the building and defenses, and it will help you to understand why I'm going to be doing what I'm doing in this. So let's see, what do we got going on? Alright, so this must be their nighttime. Emmeline's almost done on my plant, which is perfect. And there's my buttermelon. And I think that might be the end of today. Because if I see them all walking around, then that means I have hit my schedule. And this is their free time. So that means they're going to be going to bed. And then we will have a new day. And I'm going to have to get up some other shacks, because I'm going to need places to put my storage. So let's see. I am going to build this. Copy that. And I am going to build some racks, and I am going to go into the activities, because what I want is to not have other things that I do not want, so I only want construction materials. And I'm going to copy that, And I'm going to paste that. And then let's get some shelving in here so we can get some stuff on there. Because that's going to be very handy. Yes, that is a great idea because that will help their mood. So, yes. I mean, you'd have to be a bit of a prick to say no, you cannot gather around the campfire. So, I have been known to do it later in years on New Year's Eve, only because they get a little too drunk and they are absolutely shit useless the next day. They're up all night and then all they want to do is sleep the next day. So, not very productive for me. So I just keep telling them no. But I mean, by that point in time, you are already building up enough happiness for them that I guess I should have shifted and copied that, but we're still getting it done. Yeah, the thing is that New Year's, they get a bit of happiness, but they're up very late, and then the next day, nobody's working. You got to put them back to bed, and you might as well write the day off, I guess, just like every other New Year's for most people. So let's see, what do I want next? She has done cotton or no? Krista, what are you doing? She is eating, and there she goes. Perfect. Alright, so my next thing is I gotta get some meals going here because cooked rations are going to give me a lot better results. So this is why I want them, and I'm going to harvest some buttermelons because who doesn't love a good roast buttermelon? Can't say I've ever had buttermelon, but if it is like pumpkin, then I guess it could be okay. So there's another day, and they look quite happy. So what I'm going to need to do is I need to get multi-foods going because when they have more foods, they have another boost called a food variety. It's very handy, so this is why I want this. And let's see, let's get some more shacks up here. And there we go. And what I'm going to want to do next is I want my workbench in here. So let's get a workbench and let's get a research desk. And they will get on that tomorrow. And hopefully they have a good night. And who is not sleeping? Oh, here comes Krista. Krista the Slowpoke. You know, this is another reason why in my how-to videos I explain about distance. As you see how far that is. Krista takes a long time to come back from there, so when I do build my farms, I'm going to want to build them as close as possible because the travel time takes up time. So I don't want that. I need them to be productive. So, yeah. And as you see, she was researching. Now, what I could have done with her is I could have taken her off. If you pick a person and draft and undraft them, they will stop what they're doing. I don't know if they'll fix this or if this is because it's early access. But the problem is that they will stay too long on a job past their schedule. So what I'm going to do here, research is extremely important. I'm going to research metal refinement first because what I want is the weaponsmithing because, you know, I need them to have some weapons at some point in time. I am going to research before that the lightning rod, only because on hard you do get a lot more weather events and it is a bit of a pain in the ass. So what ends up happening is you may end up getting one of your survivors cracked in the head with lightning, and that is not going to do you very good at all. So the other things that the lightning does is the lightning may hit objects, and this is just stuff I'm going to have to repair anyway. Okay, perfect, Krista. Alright, so the next thing I want you doing is I want you on leafy plant. This is your grain. Very important. It's what you're going to use for your food, and you're going to use it for your gasoline. In order to make that, you need to get the research for the for the oils, and then you can research the fuel mixing. And obviously, I assume since it's getting darker that Quinn has nothing to do. Let's get you some wood right now. Do not like an idle Quinn. So let's get that on. And let's see. Yep. So we're at the end of our other day. So we're day 3 now. We're getting there. We're starting to build up some stuff. Let's see what I got here. I am going to make some more supplies. Let's just copy that one again. And what you can do is you can use the V key and then shift, so you can do down multiples. I have been forgetting to do the shift. It's just a bit of a pain in the ass. Actually, I might take that one back. Let's just get rid of that one. I want another shelf. Oops, there we go. So yeah, I'm going to want to make another shelf, I believe. Let's see here. Alright, that should be good. I am still going to expand this anyway. Let's see, what do we got here? What needs observation next? My glitter caps. Yes. I need Krista on the glitter caps. Glitter caps are huge. I do have them in my farming how-to video to explain how good glitter caps are. So yeah, do get them as soon as possible. The buttermelon, I just wanted to get that going so I can get Emmeline cooking, which I'm about to do right now. So let's go until. As you see, I'm doing until instead of times for my cooking. The reason for that is I want her to continually keep cooking. I don't ever want to run out of food, so that I see, you know, hey, I haven't been keeping up on that, and then all of a sudden, hey, why don't I have food, right? So, and I'm not worried about the research right now, because it's going to move along for one thing, and second of all, Krista is the genius of everything. So what she's going to do is when she does get on the research, she's going to make up for the couple days that I didn't research right away. That's why she's here. She doesn't really serve any other purpose, usually. Later game, she just becomes a bit of an annoyance, it seems, but hopefully, you know, you find other passengers. And then, you know, she's not as useful. What I use her for later in the games, I'll get her to do the hunting, so when animals attack my base, if I need to skin them, she's the one I'll go send out, because there's no research for her to do halfway, you know, say around year 4, I'm literally running out, 3, I'm running out of research, because she's done so much so fast. So you will see as I'm going to be doing this that why I'm not so worried about having her on research. What I really need is to observe these items so that I can get them planted. Let's see, I'm going to want to get some stuff in. Excuse me. So I'm going to find some fertile land here. So let's see, I got 100. And let's get a 6x6 should be good. And then I'm going to do some cotton, because I'm going to need some clothes. And I'm going to do another 6x6. So what's going to happen here is whoever I have uncut, so this will probably be tomorrow since this day is already over, they are going to cut all of the stuff, and then I assume Emmeline is going to plant this. Once my glitter caps are done, I believe the next thing I'm going to research will be the skin bark. Okay, so the reason why I'm going to do the skin bark next is because I want to get Quinn up and going on his expeditions as soon as possible. So I'm going to need grain. Actually, I might make a little more grain. Let's see, can I extend this? That might actually work, just even 2. Yeah, even 2 more would be okay. Because I'm going to want some grain. I don't want too much because I don't have any cold storage for it. It's going to be a bit of a pain. And it's going to fill up my shelves, and then I'm going to be forced to keep expanding when I don't really wish to. I am going to have to get rid of this rock. So let's mine that. And once I assume Nova is done, she will go and take care of those rocks. Let me just double check she's on mining. Yep, she's on scavenge for 2, so that's perfect. But she's going to finish this so that Emmeline can get this planted. Let's see what I got for food. Got 4 meals, got some veggie soup going, got some cooked rations. I don't worry about the rations. There are so many to find in all of these crafts that you'll just be overburdened at some point in time with rations. So don't worry about using them at the beginning, because once you get self-sustained, you won't worry about food ever again. So keep that in mind, that, you know, feeding them rations right off the hop, especially the cooked rations, will give them bonuses. 1, because it's a cooked meal, and 2, they're going to get the bonus from the multi sources of food. Okay, so we got enemies here, and I did forget to do a couple things. That's okay. One is I got to get rid of their clothing. So let's see, let's get you going. They do start with, actually I'll give you the helmet right now. They do start with some winter clothing, and you don't want them to have it. And as you see, I use these locks here. And the locks will lock into place the gear to either keep them from wearing it, or lock in whatever they have. Alright, so let's see. Let's close these off. And I don't think anyone else is wearing anything. Oh, Ken's got a beanie on. Or Quinn, sorry. I get these two confused. Let's see. And lock him up. And let's get Nova. And let's find out where these bugs are at. Okay. So what I'm going to want to do here is I'm going to want to send her off. So let's draft Nova. And let's send her off over here. And I love how they come and attack at night, because that's the most pain in the ass time to attack. 1, it's harder for you to see, and 2, she doesn't get any sleep. So this becomes a bit of a problem. So she's probably going to be up all night squashing bugs, which is not fun. So let's hope they don't all swarm at me. And don't worry about that she's unarmed. It seems like they carry some big knife that comes stationary, so don't worry about, oh, I need to get the pikes up. They're not really useful, and they will do a good job when they come up close. Ooh, this is not good, not good, not good. Come on back. There you go. Alright. And turn around, start shooting. And there we go. Alrighty. One thing I have noticed is, don't be worried about hard. The enemies, whatever these are, the bugs, they're not really much more dangerous than they are on the other levels. So don't think that, you know, just because I'm on hard, that all of a sudden these things are going to be hard to kill. They don't seem to be. The only difference I've really found on hard versus the other ones is the weather events and the maybe the frequencies of the attacks, but that's something I haven't been able to prove completely, because I have played on the other ones and I've still got like a shit ton of bug attacks with hundreds of them. So she looks like she's doing pretty good, especially for night. She is my combat guru, so she's my little workhorse, and she's my killer. So she's going to take that gun and do everything. The only other thing between the hard and the other levels is the amount of resources you're going to get at the beginning. You get squat when it comes to hard. You only get 1 pistol, so it's a bit of a pain, so that's why you should give it to the one that has the most combat. So that's my Nova, and let's see what kind of injuries she has sustained. Not bad. So she's got superficial bites. Oh, look at that. Quinn's already on it. And you will find out why Quinn got on this without me ever having to do anything. And like I said, that's in my activities and schedules how-to video, which you can check out. It will give you a good idea how to use the activities properly, so that you can, so you don't have to micromanage your survivors as often. So, but yeah, that's a good fight. I'm really happy with that, and I think what we might do, since this is getting pretty long, I think we've done enough. What I'm going to do is I'm going to call this right now, and we are going to come back to our survivors and see how they do. I really do hope you enjoyed this video, and I do look forward to making the next ones in this series and see how we do struggling all the way through hard. Please like and subscribe the video if you find it helpful. If you have any comments about it, please feel free to leave them. I'm open for anything. Maybe it'll help me make a better how-to video on other things. So yeah, thank you very much, and I'll see you the next time. Thanks.